guys, this is Joe Kelly. Today we're going to be talking about whether you're ready to book bigger roles. So, usually, and you might recognize yourself here, you might feel a little annoyed or upset or anxious because you might be doing a lot of the roles that you don't want to do. They might be too small, there might be a lot of co stars or guest stars, and you're ready for the next level. And the problem is you might be feeling, okay, well, how do I have access to those roles? Because I don't, right? I'm constantly doing the same type of things that are not artistically satisfying me, and I'm really ready for those meatier, juicier roles that will enable me to defend someone through an arc, through some very special and important circumstances, and I'll be able to be on set for a long time and build a family and a relationship with a director, and I'll be able to impact an audience because my character will be important for the story, and that's what you're really ready for, and you can't wait for it, and that's probably why you're an actor in the first place, which I totally get. And it's great to be ambitious that way. It's great that you want to have more impact and that you want to enjoy your career more. So the thing that I'm often noticing in actors when they're at that point where they're annoyed and frustrated that they're not yet doing the roles that they really want to do is that they think that it's a problem of accessing those parts and that they're ready for it, when what I see the real problem is that when you get to that level of being hired to carry a story and to have a determining role in how a story unfolds, and you're not just a little chip in a big puzzle or a little piece in a big puzzle, what the business is looking for, what the casting director is looking for, what the director is looking for, is to hire the talent that will be able to be 100% unique. So they're wanting to hire someone who is 100% you. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking to hire a good actor. They're looking for someone. They're actually hunting for people who are able to remain their full, authentic, and free self no matter what will happen, because a lot of things will happen when you're at that level. The size of the challenges that you have to go through is way bigger than the type of challenges you have to go through when you go to an audition or you self-tape for a co-star. You get an audition, you might get a call back, but maybe not, and then that's it. You're in there, you do your part, you're in and out, and it's done. But when you have a role that's more important, a bigger role, what happens is that there's, from the start, the demands are much bigger. So your agent might send you, 10 to 20 pages of audition that have to be ready for tomorrow, or that have to be taped for tomorrow. And because the role is important, your hopes and your wanting it, because it's going to impact your life and your future, right, increases too. So the level of stress because of the opportunity that you could get or miss is bigger. So there's much more pressure on you with that amount of pages for you to master for the next day. And at the same time, there's that huge opportunity that's there. And so you really want it. And when you really want it, actors have a tendency to start putting pressure on themselves, and if they're putting pressure on themselves, obviously they're no longer present, and therefore it snowballs in the wrong direction, right? So from the beginning, you'll have like more to be able to digest for your audition, for your self-tape. You won't have more time. You'll probably have less time. You'll have more. Up to 6 times you'll have to go back in the room, or you'll have to tape and retape and get another Zoom meeting. But at the end of the day, they're going to see you, and there'll be more and more people in the room. There'll be the director, the producers, there'll be so many people, you'll have to come in there and do some paperwork at the same time. So that's another challenge, is that you don't only do the audition, you have to do it over and over and over again. And you have to maintain your focus on being 100% free and authentic you, because that's what they're interested in. They're not interested in you being good and you being able to get the sides and what it's about. Everyone can do that. They're interested for the who can go beyond what's written, who can go beyond good. By the way, I'll share a free training that I have in the comments, which is called Stop Trying to Be a Good Actor So You Have a Chance at Being Great, right? And that'll take this live a little deeper. So yeah, there'll be longer auditions, shorter time to prepare, more levels into the audition process. Then if you're selected, you'll have a table read with, no rehearsal, no really way for you to get any more information, but you'll just have to be there and you're just reading the text because you don't know it, but at the same time they're judging you in that moment and determining if you should be part of the team or if you should be ejected and they would hire someone else. So that's another pressure that you have to go through. On set, your schedule will change all the time. You'll be on all the time because you have a bigger role. You won't have that time to prepare and to get your text in either. You might have conflicts or frictions or more interaction with the director, with the producer, with the other partners that you're acting with, the other actors. You'll have more interaction with the DP. All of those interactions are sources of differences, of point of views that you'll have to negotiate through. So it's really never just you and your role and you're preparing it and then everyone's waiting for you and you can just come and do your thing. No, it'll be way more demanding. You'll have way more takes to do, because if you're central to the work, they really want your work to transpire through the story. So they want to get what they're looking for, right? So the question, when I say, are you ready? Most actors will say yes. Yeah, I want the bigger roles. You bet. I'm so ready. I was ready yesterday. The thing is, then I usually ask, but are you really ready? Because in order for you to be able to jump through all of those hoops and maintain the level of commitment and maintain your level of freedom and authenticity and uniqueness, which is why they hired you in the first place. They didn't hire you because you're able to control your acting well and you can do the scene right. No. And you can see a lot, actually, of actors who train that way, I think especially in the States, where the business is so big and it goes so fast and people train on cold reading. I remember that yesterday in a conversation, but I'm worth sharing right now. I remember auditing a couple workshops and looking at these actors who can, in 5 or 10 minutes, wow, they get the scene in and they get all the beats and they can do it all. And then you sit there and you look at them and nothing transpires. Nothing is moving you. So it's not about doing it well or doing it right. There is no right, but doing what's written. It doesn't impact anyone. What they want is for you to go beyond what's written, because what's written is the written material. That was someone else's job. Your job is to bring life to it, to bring your instinct to it, to bring your authenticity and your truth to it. And that's what they hire. That's what they pay the big money for. That's why they'll give you a project. So if you're unable to, if you already feel like you're not 100% when you go to auditions or tapes, or you feel that your instrument is rarely or not always fully instinctive, fully 100%, don't try and get those big parts. That's the reason you're not getting them, by the way, because your reel doesn't reflect that level of capacity and professionalism and talent. You will have, when you get those big parts, to have a tremendous instrument that is able to keep staying on track, not to control and to know what you're doing and to not be influenced, but you'll have to be able to cut through all of that noise because your instrument is so free that it'll be able to do that. And if you're unable to do that right now, I hope you don't get those big parts, because it'll be a catastrophe for you in what you'll experience, and it won't be good for the production, and they'll probably fire you fast, right? So the question is, what's your strategy to get those big roles? If you're still feeling blocked sometimes when you act, if you're still feeling pressured and stressed in a way that prevents you from being present and from being free and instinctive, you are not ready. And doing more and more classes in order to do more scene work and learn your lines faster in cold reading class, or have a better relationship with the camera and do a camera class, or whatever is out there, or voice class. It has nothing to do with what is searched for a big role. For a big role, what they want is for you to be fully alive, for you to be bigger than all of those circumstances and all of those challenges that are going to come your way. They're going to hit you left and right, and they want someone who is able to be bigger than that. They want someone who's able to be so open that they can navigate through that, let themselves react through that, and integrate that in their character. And if you're not there for the little parts, make sure that your strategy is about doing what needs to be done for your instrument, because that's what you're acting with. You're not acting with a method. You're not acting with tricks of a camera class or an audition class. That's not what people will hire you for. They won't book you for that. They don't care about your technique. They care about your presence, about how much you ooze life when you come in the room, how much you sweat instinct and truth and surprises. And if you feel blocked, stuck, tense, repressed when you act, if you have that and it prevents you from really being there, you're nowhere. You can't get those big roles. You don't want them. I swear to God, it'll be a horror movie for you. What is needed for you to get a big role is for your instrument to be unbound, untethered, untamed, unblocked, unconditioned, so that you can be here, fully present with no matter what. You want the full version of you. They're really interested in that. And no technique is going to give you that. It's you. That's the good news. It's all in you. But you've been conditioned. You've been wired into learned behaviors, and you've been conditioned to please and to behave like you're told and think like you're told and feel like you're told. So your instrument is inaccessible right now. So make it accessible. Make it reliable. Make sure you have an instrument that's fully alive, fully instinctive, fully free, unresistant, able to go bam, 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 no matter where you're requested to go. Make sure you have a machine. Make sure you have a Lamborghini inside. That's all you need. And that's on your shoulders. It's not on any teacher. It's not on any method. No one can do that but you. If you're wanting to do that work of working through your blocks, working through your resistance, so you can go back to your free instrument, the one you had when you were a child, then look at the work we're doing. I'll share that free resource so that you can start going deeper with it. We're currently still helping actors with a BOGO support during COVID, because we know times can be hard for some of you. Okay, thank you guys. Have a great weekend.